Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Take a Shot with Emem Joy Emah. I am your girl, your host, Emem Joy Emah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are listening to today's episode. I hope you're listening with some love, some joy, some hope, some peace. If you're not, well, then you already know the drill. I am sending that your way right about now. Well, hello. I hope today's episode is finding you in good spirits. If it is not, you already know I am believing with you that your day is going to get a whole lot better. Today, I've got an interesting story for y'all. I am not going to share names, and I'm not of names of people or places. Just to keep everyone, protected and things. But I wanted to share it because y'all, it rubbed me the absolute wrong way. So I have this loved one of mine, someone I'm really close to, really, really close to. And she was telling me, her day and how her day was going, and how her day went and all the eventful and colorful things that happened on her day. And it was a pretty long day for her. And she was like, and to top it all off, this is what happened at the end of the day. So she, her job has her working in various different parts of the particular state that she lives in. So she had to go to this part of the state that was unfamiliar to her because her job sent her there to go, do her task for the day. And so she went to work, and on her way back, because she's trying to be better about her finances, she decided, you know what, I am going to go to the grocery store and pick up some things instead of getting some eating out all the time. Well, she gets out, she goes to the store, and then she's wearing this sweatshirt. And on this sweatshirt, it says, the sweatshirt says, I am unstoppable. And it says it on the back of the sweatshirt. And somebody sees her wearing that sweatshirt and goes, I am on randomly. She doesn't know anyone. This is not her part of town. She does not live here. This is quite, it's a lot different from where she usually, she resides. And somebody sees her wearing this sweatshirt, comes up to her and says, I am unstoppable. You're on the wrong side of town for somebody like you to be wearing something like that, don't you think? Now, I'm sure we can gather that this individual was not colored, and we can gather what they meant by that. We know, we're smart. And, I hear that and I'm like, skirt? What? Excuse me. Did what? Huh? And mind you, this person, this individual, has dealt with a lot of racism over the years because of the field that she works in. I'll just keep it a buck, Um, healthcare is something else. I'm just gonna say that. Healthcare is something else. So she has dealt with racism, and I'm gonna say it's healthcare. Um, and and so she's dealt with that. So she kind of, she's at the place where she's like, child, I'm gonna just do what I need to do and go because I don't got time for it. And today was one of those, not today, I'm sorry, but that day was one of those days where she had a quite, a long day, like I said. And that was just, she was just not willing. Usually she would address things like that, and, she would do something about it, but, or say something or have her remark something. But she was like, I just didn't have it. I was tired. I was done. I didn't even have it in me to even respond to some foolishness like that. And so, so she was just like, I was just beat. I could not. And I remember hearing that, and she moved on to the conversation to something else and was kept talking about groceries and, budgeting and all that. And I'm like, I'm still stuck on what you just, somebody came up to you and said some crazy nonsense. What? So I was still stuck on that. And so I start going off because I'm just like, and mind you, like I said, this is someone that I'm really, really close to. Like, you hurt this person, you might as well be hurting me. So I am like, I'm not okay. I am disturbed. And, I'm like, I know you've been dealing with a lot of craziness, but geez Louise, like, what in the world, And so I'm annoyed, I'm angry, I'm aggravated, I'm disturbed, all the things. Like, I'm just like, I cannot believe, like, ah. And so I'm also somebody that's of the belief that when it comes to prejudice and racism, that the enemy works through people. And so I am of the belief that, okay, if you're big and bad enough to work through a person to come up to me or my loved ones and say some foolishness like that, then God must have put something great in me that you're intimidated by. And now you didn't mess around, because I'm going to mess around and find out, because I'm not the one. Right? And so I don't say that in I'm going to fight you type of way. No. I want to identify, like I said, racism to me is, yes, it's passed down generational, but at the end of the day, it is demonic. And when I'm like, okay, so you big and bad enough to think you could walk up to me, a child of God, because I already know who I am. I'm the head and I'm not the tail. I am a lender and not a borrower. I am a queen, period. And this skin color is not a mistake. God made me and said it is good. You having a problem with it is between you and God. That got nothing to do with me. And so, but just know, if you have a problem with it, you have a problem with God's creation. If you have a problem with God's creation, whose side do you think you're on? Where did you think you got that influence from? Y'all, I feel it. I feel it coming. I feel it coming anyway. And so I'm the type of person, like, I know, okay, if you big and bad enough to come up to somebody I love, if you big and bad enough to come up to me and say something like that, I'm going to show you that I really am unstoppable, because I'm like, you know what? I must be, for you to think you can come up to me and say something like that. I must be unstoppable. So let me mess around and find out who I am. So I was upset, and we end up having the conversation. I end up putting it down. And I'm like, let me calm down, let me move on, because I'm getting rah-rahed, and this person is on the phone, and she is just like, I feel you, but I ain't got it. I'm tired, so no. And so we ended up leaving it alone. I ended up leaving it alone. And then one day while I'm working, I'm just working at my home office, and I all of a sudden get this thought as I'm reading this book. Actually, I get this thought that literally just hits me. That's like, when you believe that God is for you, when you believe that God is for you, and you will know that He works everything together for your good. Everything. So you are not afraid of failure. You are not afraid of success. You are no longer afraid, because you know who you are now. And you know that even if I make a mistake, even if I mess up, that God will take my mess up, okay, and he will make it work out for me. So I really am unstoppable. You cannot stop me because of who I belong to. Because God is on my side, I win. Even when I fail, even when I take a loss, my loss becomes wins because of God. So I am unstoppable. You can't stop me. Your weapons, you may try to form your weapons, but they will never ever prosper. Why? Because of who I serve, because of who I belong to, because he's on my side. I could talk big and bad. Because he's on my team, I win. I will always win. I will never stop winning because God is on my side. You just have a different mindset of just like, no, I'm a winner. It don't matter. I win. I mean, I win. I win. I think about when Jesus was on the cross, right? And all of the people that were against Jesus thought, oh, we got him. He's on this cross. He's nailed. He's defeated. He's da 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 da. And here comes God with a plot twist. Okay, here comes God with a complete like, I will raise you from the dead. Okay, and you're gonna save all of mankind, and then millions of people are going to be saved through you. Just when they thought you were dead, and they thought they won, and they thought it was final, and God was like, nope, I got something for you. I got something for you. And it's exceeding, it's abundantly more than you ask or think. It's something you could never think of, never dream of. I got a way. I got something for you. I got ways that you don't even know of. I got you. So even when your enemies think they got one up on you, they really don't, because I got you. And so I was like, oh. Like when you finally know who you are, when you know who you are, you're like, I am unstoppable, actually. Even if I were to step out and do something and make a mistake, my mistakes turn out to blessings for me because God's got me. That's the kind of, that's how I live. Because I know God's got me, what do I need to fear? Why should I worry? Right? So you tend to move different. You tend to move unapologetically. And even when fear comes, you remind yourself, right? That's a thought. Like those are thoughts that come into your mind. And as they come, you remind yourself, hold up, wait a minute. Who are you? Wait a minute. Even if God will work this out for your good. Your heart's desire, of course, is to do what God tells you to do. But even if you make a mistake, even if you mess up, even if you fall short, God will work this out for your good because you belong to him. I'm like, oh, this is exciting. That means there are no limits. The sky is not the limit for me. Like, it's limitless. Like, I'm living in overflow, abundance. Yes. Like, I can believe whatever I want, and you telling me I can and cannot do something doesn't mean squat. I don't receive that because God said I could do something. I could do it. And I believe what he says because I believe him. I believe in his power. I believe that I am unstoppable because God is in me. Y'all, like, I remember when I first realized that the thought came to me. It was, again, I was at work. I was working from home, and I was just like, wow. Oh Lord, I'm like, Jesus, help me get this down in my spirit, in my soul. I was like, if I just believe that everything is different. Everything becomes different because I'm just like, there's nothing that God tells me to do that I cannot do. Nothing. There's nothing God tells me to do that I cannot do. And so even if it is impossible, God will empower me to do the things that I thought I could never do. I'm unstoppable, baby. What? And so I want to bring this thought to you because it literally blessed. Like, I was so hyped. It blessed me. Like, I was like, oh yeah, nah. I'm about, come on. I was so excited. And because I'm a person that believes in the power of my words, because I'm a person that believes absolutely in affirmations, I say them all the time. An affirmation, I was like, this is something I say. I put this on my mirror in my bathroom, and it says, God is on my side. I will not fear. I am unstoppable. Let me say that again for the people in the back. God is on my side. I will not fear. I am unstoppable. I say that now. I put it on my mirror so I see it every day and I say it. Because I'm like, this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to believe, and nothing else. And nothing. So even when there's fear or whatever, it's like, nope, we don't operate in that. This is the way we operate in. This is the new me. Anything else that is not in line with this, got to go. It's got to go, not now, but right now. So y'all, listen, I hope that did something for you, because it sure enough did something for me. Okay? My life will never be the same again. I promise you that. It will never be the same again, because now I know who I am. I sure do. And so I hope that this blessed you. Take it, use it, all that. I wanted to come on here and share that with you today. As always, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure that you share it with your friends, your families, your loved ones. Also, remember, we got merch. Speaking of knowing who you are, we got merch with all the things and all the words that are just a reminder of who you are. So get your merch at shoptakeashot.com. As always, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure you rate and review. When you do that, it just lets others know we are here and we do exist. I love you. I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to talk to you in the next episode. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We're on Instagram, TikTok at Tik Tok Podcast. Okay. Love you. Can't wait to talk to you in the next episode. Bye, guys.